Hello everybody, it is Sukasa and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. I'm loaded back up with the game here. Sadly there is no pause functionality, so I had to quit earlier whenever I was ready to take a break. Anyway, I've loaded it back up, so there's a chance for zombies to have respawned, and I think there's one right there that has respawned. But I did a few things off camera first. I chopped down some logs, picked up some more stones, just to, basic gathering of stuff. More importantly, I found some birds' nests. Oh yeah, and I got some 61 feathers. So we're going to be good on crossbow bolts here in a sec. But I have no sticks. And I don't see any stick bushes anywhere nearby. So we're going to take these logs we've been getting from chopping down these trees. And just like Minecraft, you take your log and you can craft that into planks. You get 16 planks out of it. So we're going to do that. And then you can take your planks and you can craft those. Each one makes 3 sticks. So I'm gonna craft some sticks up. Heck yeah. Oh, it should be noted that just because we have it set so you only lose toolbar, anything in your crafting window also gets lost and left behind. So that's something to take into account. Yeah. And so do I really need all of those? Yeah. There are some things, too, that I didn't have time to mention in the last episode that I want to talk about here. Now, we see our status bars down there in the bottom left. We have 4 bars there. We got our, from left to right, obviously our health, and then our stamina, and then our food, and then the final one there, the light blue color, is our hydration. Now, stamina, as you sprint and do actions like swing your axe or your weapon, what have you, that stamina is going to go down. And as you do your actions, you're going to start to lose hunger bar and dehydration bar both. Now, if your hunger or your hydration get all the way down to nothing, you will die. You will starve to death or die of thirst. And before that happens, though, a little status icon will pop up here letting you know that you're really thirsty or really hungry. So you're going to have to address that. And that's one of the first things we need to get set with here. We need to find food and water. It does start you out with 1 bottle of nice pristine bottled water. I'm going to go ahead and drink that right now. And again, it's a right click, not a left click. And once we drink that, we see our hydration bar is filled up a little bit more. And we get our glass jar back. And we also started with a can of chili. That will give me 5 health, which is good because I don't quite have full health because of that fight. It'll give me 15 fullness, but we lose some hydration and gassiness. So, at least it won't make us sick. See, our blue hydration goes down a bit, but our hunger comes up, kind of evens it out a little bit. Now, whoa. Birds, this bird sounds always freak me out. Yeah, playing Far Cry 4 for too much. Permanently scarred. Anyway, so we're definitely going to have to find a source of food and water. Now, if you run across a lake or a stream of some sort, a body of water, and you, with your fists out, you can just walk up to it and right-click to scoop up some water and slurp it down. However, much like in real life, that is ill-advised, because, well, in real life you get many problems from parasites to, Giardia, Cryptosporidium, all sorts of nasty little buggers could be in that water that could lead to cholera or dysentery, a plethora of other diseases. So, you should, in real life, of course, boil that water. And in the game, is no different. If you drink unboiled water, you will get dysentery. And there are a couple of ways to cure it, but it's not the easiest thing to get rid of early on. So we really don't want to get dysentery. Now, how do we boil that water? Well, we take our glass jar, put that in our hot bar, and then scoop it up instead of using our bare hands, and it will give us a jar of murky water. Now we can also use an empty can. That's a fairly new functionality. So we can scoop water into a can or a jar. Over here. Got a walker over there. And then once we have our container of murky water, if we were to drink that, of course, we will still get dysentery. We have to boil it, and that's where it gets a bit tricky. We will need a campfire, which is simple enough to make, just stones around a Minecraft chest shape. However, we don't just need a campfire, we also actually will need a cooking pot. A cooking pot requires forged iron, so that's very out of the question early on. However, it does seem to have a pretty high loot chance, so chances are you're going to start running across those as you just loot stuff like cars and whatnots. So we really need to find one of those to get our hydration situated. And as far as food, you can find random cans of food all over the place. Once we find a gardening hoe, we can then till the ground somewhere where we make our base, and we can plant some crops. Get all sorts of food things going, like corn and potatoes, and there's a whole bunch of different food things. And I'll show you guys how to do that later. For now, I guess we're just going to have to rely on canned foods that we scavenge, and the water situation is paramount, though. I see a little red tent over there in the distance. Let's go check it out. Maybe we'll find what we're looking for. You can also scavenge bottled water. So, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, here's something I did not mention. Maybe you've been playing the game for a little while and you died several times, and your health, you think, oh crap, it's not regenning. What's going on here? And maybe you use a bandage or a painkiller that's supposed to give you health back, and you're like, what the heck, it's not working. But this is a stupid bug. I'm like stuck at half health or a quarter health. This is not actually a bug. I'm gonna have to check out that house sometime. That looks like a nice place. Like I said, this is not actually a bug. What's going on there is every time you die, you lose a little bit of a stat called wellness. And we can see that in the character window in here. Right now I have a wellness of 99. You start with 100. I guess I lost one wellness while I was fighting those zombies earlier, and I took some damage and had to heal it with painkiller. I guess that whole process, I lost one wellness. Now, your health cannot be higher than what your wellness stat is. So if your wellness is 50, you cannot have more than 50 hit points. So yeah, and you lose 10 every time you die. It does have a minimum, though, of 30. If you keep dying past, what was it, 7 times, so if you die an 8th time, it won't go down to 20, it will stay at 30, so, but that's not very much health. I mean, it doesn't even go above the bar and the cross plus sign here. So yeah, like 1 or 2 hits and you're done. And, yeah, that kind of sucks. Had that happen to me on the multiplayer, and I was, wondering what the heck's going on here, how do we get this back? Turns out the best way, really the only way I know of, to get your wellness stat back up is by eating home-cooked foods, health-cooked foods on your cooking pot or the cooking grill. And this would be cooking up meats that you kill from deer that you can hunt, or the pig or whatnot, or bacon and eggs, or making a venison stew. Those sorts of home-cooked foods will give you your wellness back. Yikes. Now, there are some issues early on because, well, making iron tools and like the cooking pot or the gardening hoe, pickaxes, those sorts of things, you can't do that early on because it's changed recently. Maybe you've seen other videos where people they build a forge with a short iron pipe and some stone arranged somewhat like this, and they make an item that they lay on the ground called a forge, which is like the furnace from Minecraft. And you see them look it up in the list here, forge, and when you do it, it's not there. You're like, what the heck's going on? Why can't I forge some iron stuff? Well, in the Alpha 10 version, I think it was Alpha 10.3, they've changed it and removed the forge recipe. Not completely, just from access, excuse me, just from access early game. The way you get the recipe to show up now is you have to find a book called Forging Ahead. And you can find this in prefabricated buildings like that house down there. There's probably some bookshelves in there. You can also find it in other random loots. And there are many different crafting books like Forging Ahead. One for like, reloading weekly. Oh crap, how did he see me? That sucks. Gosh dang it. Reloading weekly will allow you to craft the bullets. There's one for the pistol that will allow you to craft the pistol. There's many different ones, but yeah, definitely be on the lookout for forging ahead so you can create the forge and get going with ironwork and stuff. And this just gives us a chance to try out our new crossbow, but I was hoping to do some sneak attacks. Missed the head. These little wobbly guys are really hard to hit in the head. I really don't like them. This crawler, I'm not going to waste arrows on him. He's super easy to deal with. Jeez, quite a bit of them here. Oh, I could have swore that was a headshot. Now she is much more predictable. Alright. Oh god, a guy behind me too? Jesus. Nice. So much easier to deal with those fatty fats than whacking them in the face with an axe, that's for dang sure. Oh nice! Flashlight. Do bullets? That's cool. Ah, I swear that was a headshot. Right, another fatty. We're low on arrows here. I'm real low. Come on, give me something good. Ah! Fatty, fat, fat. I'm gonna conserve these arrows. I don't know. I got 12 of them left. Jeez, so many guys. Boy, I tell you, that crossbow is a godsend. Early game. It makes so much of a difference in staying alive. When you get swarmed like that, trying to deal with them all melee, not an easy task. That was all of them. Nice. I have a little base of operations, kind of, if we can keep it clear. Ah. Sweet. Let's see what we have in it. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a cooking pot. Well, there is a campfire at least. Let's see. Okay, I can always use that short iron pipe. Cooking pot. Oh, there's a cooking pot! Haha! Nice! Here's what we do. We take the cooking pot, we open up the campfire, and we take the cooking pot, and we set it right there, and that's it. If we had some murky water, we just set it in there, and then put some fuel in, like planks, and they will cook into bottled water. So that's going to be my next task here. I need to find a source of water. Not seeing anything on the map here. There's bound to be some water somewhere, like a river, a lake. Let's see what's in here. Painkillers. Ooh, looks like our bags are getting full. Pistol sniper, sham ham, nice. Aha, blueberries and a potato. Freaking awesome. Now, heck, this looks like as good a place as any for right now. I'm going to make a, well, I need to convert some more planks up here. I'm going to make a chest. Similar to the chest in Minecraft, a little bit different recipe. Here's how they are here. It's a secure storage chest. I'm going to craft that sucker up and start putting some of my stuff in there so I don't lose it. Alright, and I already searched that guy, right? I don't really want a empty dead corpse guy with a missing frickin' face in my tent with me. Nah, that's kinda, no, nastiness. So if we just keep whacking on that, ooh, well, he pooped up a blood spray. And then in that place, we can plop us down a chest. Sweet. And this stuff I don't really need on me at the moment. Put in there. Alright. Well, I got a wooden club out of it. That's cool. Alright, I'm gonna do this off camera, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, cleared up my my inventory here. Put it all in this chest. Interesting things here. I didn't even realize I picked up goldenrod flower. If you do get the old dysentery, you can cure it by making goldenrod tea. And what we do is you take a glass jar, get that murky water like I showed you, and cook that into the normal bottled water. And you can combine that with the goldenrod flower again in the fire in the cooking pot, and you can make a golden flower sort of a tea out of it, and that will, if you drink that, it'll cure dysentery. Eggs, do not eat these. Okay, if we check the mouse over here, 100% chance of food poisoning. You don't want that. You have to cook the eggs with some pork and make it into bacon and eggs. So, you also, if you're low on both your hydration and your food, you gotta check these mouse overs, because eating this, it's gonna help your fullness, but it's gonna hurt your hydration, and that could be disastrous. This old sham sandwich, on the other hand, just gives fullness, but there's a 50-50 chance of food poisoning. So, I'm gonna take the risk. Food poisoning's not all that bad from these sandwiches. I've had it before, and it's not that big of a deal. Oh, dang it. We just lose some stamina for, check our character page. Mouse over here. 30, 20 seconds, we lose some stamina. Not a big deal, we just can't run. Okay. Now, in here we had beer, which is a pretty new addition. That will give me some stamina and, some hydration. I'm gonna go ahead and drink that. Sweet. Get rid of that food poisoning. We don't have that no more. That gives stamina 2 every 1 second, so that'll kind of counteract that. Now, blueberries and potato. Whoop. Shit, give me that back. Now, you might be tempted to just go ahead and eat these. Don't do it. If you take your blueberry and you put it in here, you can get blueberry seeds. Same with the potato, I believe. Yep, potato seeds. Now, not just one either. You get, well, yeah, it's 1 with the blueberry. The potato, though, is 4 seeds. So once we find us a hoe, gardening hoe, we will then be able to plant those and grow us some more. So I'm going to hold on to those. Alright. That's cool. There's some sleeping bags here. Means I don't have to make them myself. That was one of the next things I wanted to show you guys. Now, if I were to have died, much like whenever you start playing, it throws you down in a random spot, in a random biome, whenever you first start your map. Now, whenever you die, it also just throws you to a random spot somewhere in the map. I might be more than a kilometer away from where I was. That could suck. So we need to reset our bind, or not reset, but really just set a spawn point. And we do that with a bed or a sleeping bag, much like Minecraft. So I pick the sleeping bag up, and then I just put it back down. Let's arrange it with the left click to change the angle of stuff. Let's have it like that. Oh, that's not how I wanted it, but it'll do. Now, that's my sleeping spot. And, yeah. And we can see on the compass down there by the toolbar, we have a little home icon. And that tells me where my quote-unquote home, or really my spawn spot is. So now I can find my way back to this place. Awesome. Oh, another flashlight. How about that? Ah, sweet. Bottled water. Just what I needed. Go. Awesome. That'll give me the time I need to go find a source of water to scoop up. I think that's pretty much it for the camp. Alright, is there anything in here? Not really. Bullet casings. Last thing I need to do here is a little bit of a final touch. I need to build a door for my temporary little shelter, and we do it like that. And again, be sure you put them in these exact spots. If I were to put these pieces like that, but over here, not gonna work. Not like Minecraft. Alright, just plop it down there. Oh, and if you're playing multiplayer and you're noticing your door keeps getting locked, and whenever you place it and your friend can't use it, hold down the interact button, hold down E, and that gives you options here to lock or unlock, so then your friend can then be able to use it. Cool thing that was tripped me and my friend up for a while. Alright, I think the video's running long. I'm going to have to call it here. Next episode, I'll go out and find a replenishing supply of water. But I would say got pretty good here on this episode. Pretty good indeed as far as the items I needed to survive. Especially finding that cooking pot. That was huge. So now we can boil up water. And find those seeds, well, uh, the actual food item that I can turn into seeds. That's going to help a lot too. I just need to find a gardening hoe next. I guess next episode I'm going to find some water and bust into that house down the hill and see what's in there. Hopefully we'll find that forge book. That would be incredibly lucky, but we'll see. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Maybe you learned something. Don't forget to leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more. Until next time, I hope y'all have a good one.